Yellowstone National Park is located within the northern Rocky Mountains and is divided between northwestern Wyoming, southwestern Montana, and eastern Idaho. In order to attract visitors, Yellowstone was originally inspired by Lewis Carroll's book Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So the Northern Pacific launched an ad campaign that presented the park as America's New Wonderland. This nickname definitely is a good one, because it has many jaw-dropping locations inside of it. Much of the park rests on top of a slumbering volcano that has erupted 500,000 years ago. This area has a reservoir of magma big enough to fill the Grand Canyon several times over. This supervolcano is powerful enough to potentially shroud much of the United States in ash, but signs show no danger in the future. Old Faithful is one of the most popular attractions at the park. It's a frequently erupting geyser, with each blast expelling between 14,000 to 32,000 liters of boiling water. In 1870, the geyser erupted every hour on the hour, and nowadays has slowed down to 90 minutes between eruptions. There is also an area many square miles wide that is covered by ash near the center of the park caused by a sudden explosion 640,000 years ago. The memorable landscape of the park also features many animals that are present throughout the Rocky Mountains. Elk, bison, bighorn sheep, grizzly and black bears, wolves, moose, pronghorn, coyotes, mountain lions, wolves, beavers, eagles, trumpeter swans, and more call the park home. The Yellowstone National Park suffers from forest fires due to the conditions of the northern Rocky Mountains. Originally, park management had agreed to let the fires run their course so that they would not disrupt their role as a process of ecological change. They were forced to become more active due to the fact that the fires stretched far enough to concern developed areas outside of the park. An example of this is the alum fire, which rapidly grew to spread 9 miles across the central plateau. Tourism has created $680 million in economic benefits, with 4.25 million people visiting the national park in 2016. A total of $524 million have been spent by visitors on communities near the park, which has supported 8,156 jobs in the local area. This increase in tourists to the park has actually harmed the park as well. Animals like the grizzly bear has reached the point of being threatened with extinction. Tourists to the park help the economy of the region surrounding the park, but inside the park, the increased encounters of tourists with the wildlife often has negative consequences. Park management has tried to reduce the chances of these encounters from happening and has been successful. The management has also reintroduced gray wolves to the area, and they should be able to peacefully coexist with the bears as they have in the past. At present, the park has reached its capacity for grizzlies. Grizzly bears have also increased from 160 bears to over 600. The grizzlies have been taken off the endangered species list, but many conservationists are fighting for the bears to be left on the list, since there's still a ways to go before the park's populations interconnect with other grizzlies. Trump's administration is actively trying to remove the Endangered Species Act, which will inevitably throw the balance off many species in the park. Many animals would have their food source threatened, which would cause problems for the entire food chain. Regardless, the park is a very serene and picturesque atmosphere, and this creates a culture that appreciates what nature can offer. The park management and those that visit the park want to see the park preserved in the best condition. And it offers beautiful views, and I would like to go there one day. And here are the websites that I used.